5 coding models that can run locally. Executive summary. Local coding models provide privacy and speed on consumer hardware. This report examines 5 top models under 30 billion parameters, including Qwen 3 Coder 30B, Devstral 2, DeepSeek Coder V2 Lite, GLM 4.7 Flash, and Gemma 412B. These tools utilize advanced mixture of experts architectures and quantization to minimize VRAM requirements. They deliver massive context windows, multimodal inputs, and agentic engineering capabilities. Developers run these models via Ollama or LM Studio to build secure, offline programming workflows. Article. Now that the cloud models are becoming expensive to use for coding, local models offer coding functionality while dramatically reducing the cost. Local deployment keeps sensitive code within private networks. It also eliminates subscription fees and avoids internet latency. Hardware constraints limit the size of local models. Consumer graphic cards usually have 12 gigabytes, GB, to 24 gigabytes of video random access memory, VRAM. This guide reviews 5 premier coding models under 30 billion parameters. These models balance hardware compatibility with high-quality performance. 1. Qwen 3 Coder 30B. Alibaba Group develops the Qwen family of artificial intelligence models. The Qwen 3 Coder 30B model stands as a premier choice for mid-range local hardware. It employs a mixture of experts, MOE, architecture. The total parameter count equals 30 billion, but the model activates only 3 billion parameters per token. Architectural efficiency and requirements. The MOE design lowers the computational burden during generation. Users can run the model efficiently on a single graphics processing unit, GPU, with 24 gigabytes of VRAM. A 4-bit quantized version fits comfortably into 18 gigabytes of memory. Key features. Massive context length. The model supports a native context window of 256,000 tokens. Users can expand this window to 1 million tokens via specialized scaling techniques. This length allows developers to feed entire software repositories into the prompt. High generation speed. The model reaches generation speeds of up to 220 tokens per second on consumer hardware. Fast speeds decrease developer wait times during code completion tasks. Agentic capability. The model scores 50.3% on the SWE bench verified evaluation. It successfully automates real GitHub issue resolutions and code bug fixes. 2. Devstral 2, 24B. Mistral AI created the Devstral model family in collaboration with All Hands AI. Devstral 2 contains 24 billion dense parameters. Mistral AI specifically designed this model to power autonomous software engineering agents. Codebase interaction. Devstral 2 does not just predict the next word in a text file. The model excels at driving agent frameworks like OpenHands. It handles multi-file editing tasks and navigates complex directory structures with high precision. Key features. Permissive licensing. Mistral AI releases Devstral 2 under the Apache 2.0 license. This license allows companies to use the model for commercial applications without restrictions. Native vision support, Devstral. 2 includes visual processing capabilities. The model analyzes user interface screenshots alongside source code files. This helps developers debug front-end layouts and web application designs. Repository exploration. The model uses a 128,000 token context window to track structural changes across several files. It maintains high logical accuracy during complex software refactoring sessions. 3. DeepSeek Coder V2 Lite, 16 billion. DeepSeek creates highly efficient open-source models. The DeepSeek Coder V2 Lite model uses a total sparse mixture of experts architecture. It contains 16 billion total parameters. The model activates only 2.4 billion parameters for each processed token. hardware access. The low active parameter count makes this model incredibly fast. Developers can deploy the 4-bit quantized version on standard consumer laptops. It requires approximately 12 gigabytes of total memory to operate. Key features. Advanced coding benchmarks. The model achieves a score of 90.2% on the Human Evil Coding benchmark. It rivals closed-source proprietary models on simple programming logic tests. Extensive language coverage. The training dataset includes over 300 distinct programming languages. The model accurately generates syntax for mainstream languages like Python and obscure languages like Zig. Mathematical problem solving. DeepSeek optimizes its models for advanced logic. The model solves complex math equations and constructs algorithmic solutions with high reliability. 4. GLM-4.7-Flash 30B. Z.AI produces the GLM series of large language models. The GLM 4.7 Flash model operates as a 30 billion parameter model. It utilizes a mixture of experts framework to maximize local serving efficiency. Web application prototyping. GLM 4.7. Flash focuses heavily on front-end web engineering and terminal operations. It acts as an excellent tool for developers who build visual prototypes from scratch. Key features. Enhanced terminal behavior. The model handles terminal command execution inside local developer environments. It interprets error logs and writes accurate command line scripts. Aesthetic UI design. GLM 4.7 Flash excels at generating cascading style sheets, CSS, and modern JavaScript frameworks. It prioritizes clean visual layout rules for web browser interfaces. Large context pool. A 198,000 token context window tracks deep history inside interactive chat sessions. The model remembers past design choices during long web application development loops. 5. Gemma 4.12b. Google designs the open-weight Gemma model series using Gemini Research. The Gemma 4.12b model features a dense 12 billion parameter architecture. It fits easily into standard 16 gigabyte system memory setups. Multimodal architecture. Gemma 4.12b removes separate vision and audio encoders. A single matrix multiplication handles image tokens directly inside the main neural network backbone. This unified design saves substantial memory during local execution. Key features. Native audio and vision input. Developers can feed raw audio clips and code diagrams straight into the model. The model processes multimodal data without requiring massive server clusters. Multi-token prediction, MTP. The model predicts multiple future tokens simultaneously during inference. This mathematical technique reduces output latency on consumer laptops. Reliable functions calling Gemma 4.12. B accurately translates user requests into structured JavaScript object notation, JSON tool calls. This allows external applications to execute local code functions safely. Comparison of local coding models. The table below summarizes the key technical specifications for each local model. Model name, total parameters, architecture type, context window, primary strength, Qwen 3 Coder 30B, 30 billion, mixture of experts, 256,000 tokens, high execution speed and long context tasks, Devstral 2, 24 billion, 24 billion, dense, 128,000 tokens, autonomous coding agents and front-end vision, DeepSeek Coder V, 2 light, 16 billion, mixture of experts, 128,000 tokens, low VRAM usage and broad language support, GLM 4.7 Flash, 30 billion, mixture of experts, 198,000 tokens, terminal interaction and visual web layout, Gemma 4.12b, 12 billion, dense, 256,000 tokens, native audio processing and low latency, technical setup guidelines. Running these models locally requires specific software tools. Developers use open-source model runtimes to manage system memory. Ollama integration. Ollama provides a simple command line interface for local model execution. It wraps model weights in clean packages and manages memory allocation automatically. Users download models with single terminal commands. LM Studio interface. LM Studio provides a complete graphical user interface for non-technical users. It displays hardware metrics like VRAM usage and generation speed in real time. The software allows users to select specific quantization levels easily. Understanding quantization? Raw models require immense storage space because they use high-precision numbers. Quantization reduces the precision of model weights from 16-bit floating points to 4-bit or 5-bit integers. Memory reduction. Quantization shrinks file sizes by roughly 70%. A 30 billion parameter model normally requires 60 gigabytes of VRAM. A 4-bit quantized version needs only 20 gigabytes of VRAM. Performance impact. Quantization causes minor degradation in model reasoning quality. However, the memory savings outweigh the slight loss in accuracy. Quantized models allow standard consumer desktop computers to run elite coding assistants locally. Do you know that any private information you put into a cloud AI is used to train that AI? A private AI running on your own hardware is the best way to keep your private data private. I can help you set up a private AI on almost any PC or server. Contact me for a free consultation. I have published more than 700 blogs on AI in the past 3 years. If you get value from these blogs, please consider joining my Patreon as a member at the $2, $4, or $8 level. https://www.patreon.com/Steve Hovland.